Self-love and advocacy. How do you feel the two kind of, um, go hand in hand?
Coincide.
Yeah.
Well, first and foremost, just hello, hey nephew. um, Self love and advocacy. They go hand in hand because first and foremost, you have to know who you are personally. Not saying that in the beginning of your advocacy work you will know, because one of the good things about advocacy is that you learn yourself as you go along. And with your work towards advocating for a particular cause, like my cause is transgender rights, people that are gender nonconforming, getting exposure to them or being a voice for those people that cannot, and decide that they're too scared to speak. Um, did I know what the hell I was getting into? Absolutely not, because this is my life. This is how I live every single day of my life, and I guess I can say that I am a walking activist. Being here in Mississippi and transgender and then Black.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? We don't have a lot of, the support that people of other races, other nationalities may have. We've always been a minority, so you keep on packing on minorities. First of all, I'm Black, and second of all, I'm transgender. That's a double negative right there. And then I'm a bitch that likes to, speak her mind, and I'm smart as fuck.
Yeah.
So them four negatives right there that people don't like. So when you take a situation like that and you kind of turn it around to be beneficial towards you, you have to learn a lot about yourself. You have to learn your ins and outs. You have to learn what you're able and willing to accept before you can put anything out there. Because especially with the organization like the ACLU or HRC, any organization that's in the fight for human rights or the fight for transgender rights, you have to be mindful of what you exude, because so many people can take it out of context, and turn it against you.
Right.
And if you're fighting for a group of people, regardless as to the fight, you have to know what's going to be best for those people. You kind of take yourself out of the situation. So self-love it tends to be lost when you're advocating for other people, because you put their freedoms, their religions, their rights, things that they want to see done, you put them ahead of yourself. So you typically put yourself on the back burner, not by force, but it just happens like that. So you have to have that self-love to keep yourself motivated to keep on pushing and striving for better, striving for more successes. And I think that's what has helped me.
I have a question for both you, Unc and Malaysia. Since you've been in the community probably longer than I have, even though I might be the same age, older than a couple people on here, but do you feel like the generations that the the millennials that are out here now, are they more confident in themselves, that from your perspective, or do you think they're more into the depression mode and really don't love themselves, or do you feel like it's the same as it was, say, 10, 15 years ago? Do you see any difference in self-love, or just how people perceive themselves? And that question goes out to both of you.
Oh yeah. Chris, you want to get this?
Nope. You know what?
Because
I am a millennial, but I'm just gonna keep it real and say that I don't really blend in. But
we can tell you,
it's a little different for me. But I want to hear from y'all about this, because I still have some growing to do.
Let me just say, and this is from my perspective, this is what I see. In going out and frequenting different establishments or whatnot, this generation does not know what self-love is. Let me start by saying that, because if they knew what self-love is or self-love was, they wouldn't put themselves in predicaments that they put themselves in. I honestly feel like this generation um, has been lost, and which is an unfortunate word, because when you think about it, 10, 15 years ago, we had to hustle and bustle to get food for us to eat. This generation doesn't know anything about hustling. It doesn't know anything about bustling. They know what they deem to be hustling, which ain't nothing what we went through. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of people don't have, or they can't say that they didn't know where they were going to sleep. They didn't know how they were going to eat. They didn't know who was going to put clothes on their back or whatever, because everything has been handed to them. And unfortunately, what that has done, that has crippled our community. Again, I'm going on 40 years old. It might not look like it, thank you. But yeah, I'm going on 40 years old, and I pride myself in who I am. I started working at 14 years old, and my first vacation, my first fully paid vacation, a week off of work, was when I was 21. Period, point blank. The kids these days don't know what it means to work. They don't know what it means to achieve.
So don't.
They feel like achieving a goal is something that they good Judy. And they don't know the terminology that we used to have anyway, either. They feel like coming up on a goal is just be they good Judy, or being a little bit better than they good Judy. But they don't have an opportunity to see within themselves or pride themselves on doing anything again, because everything is handed to them. Yeah. And I mean, I hate that, because now you don't know what your own work ethic is. If you ask any of these children these days what their work ethic is, they don't know what the hell you're talking about. I mean, what are you striving for? What do you want the outcome to be? They don't know any of them words. They feel like you talking over their head or something like that, when those are the logistics of your life. And Chris, my nephew, he'll tell you, because he's seen me. He's seen me grow up, and I've seen him grow up. It's the same. So he can speak from personal experiences, or hearing me talk, or even coaching him and talking to him about different situations. It's not what it used to be. It's not, because you don't have anybody that has any knowledge on anything other than going to the club and laying down with
somebody. And she said it.
I think I want to kind of chime in on that just a little. I think that the biggest thing for us as a LGBTQ community is that we have set ourselves aside to be this totally different set of being outside of being a human race. Instead of us living life accordingly and trying and striving for those better things, we set ourselves aside to all of the things that we've been through, or all of the things that didn't go right in our lives. I think that a lot of the younger crowd now have built this image in their head of what grand is or isn't. And I think it starts at home. I think it starts to the fact of more parents telling their children how great they are. Showing them that it's different being your parent and being your friend. Like, I say all the time that there's a difference between the gay families now versus when I came out. Mm-hmm. When I came out, my parents told me things that were right, things that would help me in life along the way, versus it's more so like a game now. It's more so of, I'm going to uplift you in your wrong. I'm not going to tell you anything that can help you in life, even though somebody was there to tell you the right and wrong. And I guess I don't grasp it, because my thing for me is that if I grew up being told something, even with my own gay kids, my rainbow kids, they know I don't cut it easy with them, because this life is not easy. It's not easy at all. I mean, I tell them all the time, regardless of how you identify yourself, society is going to always identify you as a black man. So either you're going to bow down to it, or you're going to excel past it.